inherit patterns
Right.
from our upbringing and from our family. And they form what's called this comfort cage, which is this invisible architecture that we all have, right? Like we can't get away from having it.
Right.
What inherited patterns did you take on that formed your comfort cage despite your rich musical heritage, or maybe because of your rich musical heritage, that at the time had you believing that a life in music wasn't possible for you?
Right. Man. It's so interesting because it is both. It is because of and in spite of. Both of my parents uh, are songwriters, and I don't think that either one of them made it to a pinnacle of a career that they are like, it's not that they're not proud of, but they both, I think, wish that there had been more success. And growing up with that as the reason for your parents' unhappiness was a real good reason for me not to want to do it. And I really truly believed that that if I did music, I would be unhappy and financially destitute and living on food stamps and mad at the world and being jealous of everyone else around me that was getting to do what I wasn't good enough to do. Um, and I also, what I just think is so funny is that was 2016 that I started with you. And gosh, so how old was I? 20, I can't even do math. I don't know. I was, mid 30s, and or early 30s maybe. Anyway, and like my biggest thing was that I was too old. Like I remember that being like one of the things that I told you right out the gate was well, no, I can't do it now. Like now my time has passed, um and I think a lot of that has changed because I think the industry has changed a little bit in that realm, a little bit more progressive, but a lot of that is realizing that there's no time limit on any of this, and that you can redo as many times as you need to, as many times as you want to, as many times as you're called to keep moving on. So, I think watching my parents, you know, in the music business sort of kept me out of it for a very, very long time. So I had to unlearn that music meant sadness.
Yeah, and
Really.
just as you say it, Jolene, like I feel it. Like
Yeah.
I can feel the tenderness around it. I can feel like the lineage of it.
Right.
And what I'm also aware of in this moment is like you have chosen to heal this.
Right.
Like you have chosen to rewrite the story in a different way.
Yeah.
Does that feel accurate?
It does. It does. And I think the maybe another part of that question is the going beyond what your parents were able to do and not really having they don't have a playbook for what it looks like past a certain point. So for me to have to also move past them as guiders almost, like I've reached a point now where it's like, okay, I gotta keep going. And, you know, and for me right now, that actually means leaving Tennessee and leaving them geographically to get a little bit of distance from that, um, yeah, from that sort of stagnation that is around that. So